Regiment launches offensive operation in Kursk region. The soldiers of the 425th Skala Separate Assault Regiment successfully conducted an offensive operation in Russia's Kursk region. The unit reported the operation's success and shared a video showcasing their combat efforts against the invaders. Assault teams and scouts cleared the settlement of Novy Put and the surrounding areas. The operation, which began in May, was a significant step in reclaiming the region. There was a large enemy stronghold with dozens of fortified bunkers and firing positions built in front of a line of concrete and mine barriers. The command decided to act with small groups. Initially, soldiers from the motorcycle platoon crossed the state border and under the cover of night established a foothold on the Russian side. Following them, infantry assault groups advanced. The Ukrainian soldiers quickly seized the trenches in the southern part of the area and used them as a stronghold for further operations. According to the defenders, the Russians in the area had up to a company of infantry. After the Skala Regiment's offensive, the enemy started to bring in reserves to drive them out. To detect the movement of enemy infantry behind their lines, a Ukrainian reconnaissance team of 2 soldiers was deployed. This position was called Rulia. For a month and a half, the soldiers remained in place, spotting enemy firing positions and reporting the movement of Russian troops and equipment. Their work greatly assisted aerial reconnaissance in adjusting artillery strikes. After completing their mission, the soldiers safely withdrew from the position without casualties. To prevent the Russians from eliminating the Ukrainian breakthrough in the Kursk region, Ukrainian military, mortars, as well as kamikaze drones and bombers targeted the enemy, destroying fortifications and bunkers. Following these strikes, the Skala Regiment cleared the area, expanding the controlled zone within the breakthrough. The regiment reported that over the course of a month of fighting for the settlement of Novy Put and the surrounding areas, the enemy lost up to 2 infantry battalions. At the same time, the Skala Regiment carried out operations near the settlements of Krasnotarbirsky, Komsomolsk, and Obod in the Kursk region. Meanwhile, operators of Vampire bomber drones used heavy improvised incendiary bombs to destroy the invaders' hideouts. 427th Rarog's Separate Regiment of Unmanned Systems released the footage of the incident. The unit's operators conducted an operation to destroy houses in the frontline area that the invaders could have used to amass an assault group and hide from Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance. The bombers used rather atypical munitions, assembled from an explosive device, and 4 1.5-liter plastic bottles filled with a flammable substance. The video captures that the munition caused a fire after hitting the roof, and in some cases, when it hit the inside of the building, had an effect similar to thermobaric bombs, causing large-scale destruction. The bomber drones carried 2 such charges, weighing approximately 7 kilograms each, which is a typical load for Vampire multicopters used by the Ukrainian military. However, this is not the first such munition to destroy buildings on the front line. Traditionally, Ukrainian operators equipped the drone with a TM62 anti-tank mine with a corresponding fuse for such tasks, as it contains about 7 kilograms of TNT. Last year, the Ukrainian military also started actively using drones with a thermite warhead to burn down buildings. forest plantations, and occupied dugouts. The combustion temperature of such ammunition can reach 2400 degrees, which is why it is used in industry to weld metal structures, including rails. This is enough to set fire not only to dry grass, but also to trees and other vegetation. In addition, drones are occasionally equipped with relatively rare Ukrainian thermobaric hand grenades RGT-27. Recently, UK reports Russia has lost 240,000 soldiers since the beginning of 2025. Military News correspondent reports this, citing UK Secretary of State for Defense John Healey during a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group. The number of Russian soldiers killed or wounded since the start of the full-scale invasion has surpassed 1 million. Just since the beginning of this year, there have been 240,000 casualties, John Healey stated in his opening remarks at the Ukraine Defense Contact Group meeting. This estimate largely aligns with data from the Ukrainian General Staff, which reports that between January 1st and July 21st, 2025, 252,360 Russian soldiers were killed or wounded. According to U.S. intelligence estimates, Russia has lost 100,000 soldiers killed in the war against Ukraine since the beginning of 2025. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio reported this during a press conference following his meeting with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on July 10. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte provided the same estimate during a meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House in Washington on July 14. Thus, the ratio of killed to wounded is only 1 to 1.4, which is an extraordinarily low figure. This indicates problems with evacuating the wounded from the battlefield due to institutional difficulties and the high activity of drones, as well as a low level of tactical medicine.